Hey artists, today we're going to be doing some farmland landscape pictures inspired by Grant Wood. So follow along with me and I'll show you all the steps to create your own beautiful farm picture. Okay, we're going to start with our pencil. And the first thing we're going to do is draw kind of a bumpy line closer to the bottom that's going to show the farmland that is up close. Then we're going to add some rolling hills, like a big rainbow shape. And then we'll add another rainbow shape. And then maybe another one over here. And what we're doing is we're creating some different farmland hills where we will have different plants growing. So then I could add another little hill back here. And if you want to, you can even add another little hill right back here. Now, what we've got is all these different places where our farmers can plant their plants. So what we're going to do is we are going to use our markers to draw the plants, and then we'll use our crayons to color in the grass on the hills, and we can add in some trees and different things like that. So maybe on this one, the plants are so far away, they're just gonna look like little dots. And so you can just push your marker down and we're gonna say out here they've planted all of this. It can be whatever you want. It could be green beans. It could be little corn plants. It could be peas. It could be watermelons. But we're pretending that this whole hill back here on this farm is covered in this one plant. And so we're just going to use our marker and put that plant back there. Awesome. I'm going to put that away. You can go to different color. You could get purple or green or red, blue, whatever you're thinking. I think I'm going to use purple. You could do the same little dot shape. You could do just a little circle shape. So we could just put some of these little circle dots across, and we're going to plant some blackberries or whatever we're planting all along this hill back here for our farmer. All right. Grabbing a different color. I'm going to use kind of a short little line, and I'm going to plant something else on this hill. So we're just putting our different crops in our different little areas of our farmland. All right, looking good. Now on some of them, maybe this one will just be all grass. So it's going to be up to you what you want to do. I'm thinking I might grab a different color. Maybe I'll grab orange. And I'm going to make these plants I'm going to just do like a little V shape all along this. Just showing those little plants growing up in like a little V shape all across this field. I want to take my time and fill it all the way up with this plant that I picked. When you're looking at a farm from far away, the plants kind of just look like little shapes instead of like the actual plant that we would see if we were up close. So I've got that field all planted, and I think next on this one, I'm just gonna plant some little I'm going to use like a bigger circle on this front one here. And like I said, some of them can just be smooth grass, so you don't have to put crops on every single one if you don't want to. I think I'm going to leave those two just solid colors. All right, the next thing we're going to do is add some trees to this farm. To do that, you're going to want to get your brown marker and your green marker. We are going to add some trees. So I'm going to take my brown marker and I'm going to make the trunk of the tree. Now what's interesting is when they're at the bottom of the page, they're closer to the person looking at your picture, so they're going to be bigger. And as they get further away, they're going to get pretty tiny. So right here, I'm going to make the trunk of my tree. And then I will make the top of my tree, which is just going to be kind of like wiggly squiggly. All right, there's one of my trees. And then if I put a tree over here, it's going to be more medium size because it's halfway to the back. So this is going to be a little bit smaller of a tree. And when I put trees in the very back, they're going to be very tiny because these trees are so far away. Whoa, I can barely see them. All right, so now is the time you can go around and put trees all over your farm wherever you would like some. I think I'll put one there. I'll have one here. I'll have one here. Maybe I'll have a couple here. Maybe that's what's planted on this hill is some apple trees or something. I'm just putting trees everywhere. I'm planting them like wild. Okay. Go put the tops on my trees. Just my wiggly squiggly lines. From far away you can't see every little leaf. It just kind of looks like a chunk of leaves. All right, got trees all over my farm. It is looking pretty cool. So the next thing I'm going to do is get ready to work on my sky. I'm going to take my blue marker, and if you want to do some clouds, you're going to want to outline them first, and then you will leave that space white. And then you're just going to very carefully color in all of your sky lightly with your blue crayon. We are just gently coloring around those clouds, leaving that white space, and doing the rest of your sky this nice blue with your best smooth coloring. All right, the next step is going to be to color in our farmland. So you're going to want to get out your light green, your dark green, your blue green, and your yellow so we can have a different variety throughout all of your hills. So for this one, I might choose to do the light green. And I'm going to just color right over those plants that we made. And it's really going to bring your picture together. What a beautiful hill filled with beautiful plants on our wonderful farm. So there's my first one. Maybe on this one I will do a darker green. I use my best coloring and I just smooth it over the top. And I don't want to leave any white space, so I'm going to go back and really color all that space in. Another thing we could do is we could mix up two colors. So I could take the yellow on this hill. That's almost like a golden wheat color. And I could just go over this whole hill with my beautiful yellow crayon. And if you want to do some layers, you could leave it yellow like that, which looks really cool, or you could always add another layer of color on top. You could always take a little bit of your green and lightly layer it over the top to make a new color. Looking amazing. All right, so for our next one, I could use the blue-green and color in this whole hill with that blue-green. Making sure I don't leave any space white. And then again, I could do like a combination on this one, or I could just leave it light green. I think what I'll do here is I'll do this light green color and I'll put the blue-green on top, kind of like we did over here where we added two colors of crayon or colored pencil, whatever you're using. You can layer them on top of each other and get a really cool look. So I can take the blue-green and just layer it on top and get a different shade of green, which looks really, really cool. Beautiful. All right. I've got two more pieces of farmland that I need to color in. So again, we could just be doing some different things. Maybe I will take the dark green and smooth it over the top. Doing my best coloring. I love our farm. It is turning out so cool. I might put a little bit of the blue-green on top of this one too. Ooh, those colors together look really nice. So it's like we're mixing and making our own colors for these beautiful hills on our farm. Okay, we've got our sky, we've got these different plants on our different hills on our farm. Now up close, I think I'm gonna use a little bit of orange, like it's a wheat field, maybe wheat and corn. And I'm just gonna smooth that color on, and I just love the way this is looking. All right, there's always some little details you could go back and add if you want to. You could take your blue and pushing hard, you could just make the little bird shape in the sky and have some little birds out there if you'd like. That's just one option. Another option is taking your dark green and you could just add some little textures on one of your hills just to show some little grassy patches. And you could also take your orange. You get to use a marker or a crayon, and you could just add some little wispies coming up, like little pieces of wheat, if you wanted to, just for fun. And then your amazing farmland picture is complete. I cannot wait to see yours.